Okay, welcome back. So here we have our spreadsheet and we are going to go through some of this data to understand some of the oddities of the data. So first of all, we have all the passengers listed and their data is listed in these columns with the same item in each column. Each column has a heading and we're going to have a look through these and go through what they mean and anything that's odd about the data. So the first one is the passenger class. So did they travel first, second or third class? I'm going to rename this class like so we can see this is all the first class people, and then if we scroll right down we can start to see there's all the second class people, there's all the third class people. Okay, now you've got whether they survived or not. So 1 means they survived and 0 means that they did not survive. We've got our name here. Now this is listed with the surname first, and then it's got the title, and then it's got the person's name. Quite often where you've got a husband and wife, because this is 1912, remember, you have the wife's name actually listed as the husband. So you can see she is listed as Mrs. Hudson J.C. Allison, and her actual name was Bessie. That's what's in brackets over here. So Hudson J.C. is Hudson Joshua Creighton. So she wasn't actually entered into the books with her own name. She was entered in with her husband's name, and that was quite common at the time. Here we have got the sex of the person who is referred to, quite easily understood there. Next we've got the age. Now age is quite straightforward. You have got some decimals in here. This is for where we knew their age in months or even days. So very young children, for example, it's often we say their age in months. So that's what that is about. Some people we did not know their age, so they will have a blank in here. Now the next one is a bit cryptic. So I'm going to change the names. This is siblings, which is brothers and sisters / spouses, husbands and wives, and we kind of have to guess with the data which one that is. So if we go back to the Allisons again, you have got Master Hudson has 1 sibling or spouse, and that's his sibling. Master Allison has got a sibling which is Helen Allison. So each of them has 1 sibling. Next on over you have got these 2, and they are married, so each of those they have 1 spouse. The next bit of data is parents or children. So what you can see is that Master Hudson Allison had 2 parents aboard, and the 2 parents are Hudson and Bessie. Okay, here. And then you have Mr. Hudson, who's got 2 children aboard, and that is Helen and Hudson here. Ticket is their ticket number. So that's quite straightforward. We not really going to do much with that. And then the next one is the fare they paid. Now you can see this is all coming in funny with hashes here. Not called hashtags, hashes. Okay. When you broaden it out, you can see the amount of money actually appears. So this is the fare that they would have paid. Next is the cabin. The cabin is made up of a deck number, with deck A being at the top and I think deck F or G down at the bottom. Embarked is where they got on the ship. Boat is which lifeboat they were in, if they got on a lifeboat. Body is when if they were found as a body, then some of the bodies were numbered. We haven't got complete data for that. And then lastly, their home and or their destination. So it shows you either whether they're going, where they were from, or both. So for example, here you've got this person is from Belfast, Northern Ireland, and we've got somebody probably going to Winnipeg, Montana, and New York, New York. And then if we have a look down here, this person was going from Stockholm in Sweden to Washington, D.C. I was just going to comment a bit more on this. So the embarked, there were 3 places they could have embarked. The first was Southampton, the second was Queenstown, and the third one was Cherbourg. So we'll do a little bit with that later. So hopefully that gives us an idea of the data, and we are talking about, you know, real people here, and there's a lot of tragedy obviously in a disaster of this nature. Coming back to the Allisons again, you can see that Master Hudson Trevor Allison, who was only a baby, he was less than a year old, is the only person who survived out of his whole family on the ship. So he lost a sister and 2 parents in the disaster. A lot of people died in this disaster, and one of the things we're going to have a look at is how that varied across the ship. So, come back in the next video and we will start to do some basic statistics on this now that we know what the columns mean.